Hey, Woodstock Outlet customers. Just wanted to get in front of everybody and bring in our buyers and kind of give a brief state of the industry information here and a little video. As a lot of y'all know, it's taking a really long time to get furniture, longer than normal. You're hearing this stuff on the news, you're hearing it from your friends and neighbors and how long they've been waiting and this, that, and the other. And there's a lot of information that we know about that the general public really doesn't know or understand. And just wanted to sit down with our buyers and our people that are behind the scenes that are dealing with this on a daily basis and kind of give you some more details about what's going on in the industry and why we're having so many delays in the industry. And I also want to start out by saying that there's nobody that wants you to have your furniture any worse than we do. We do all we can to get this furniture in as fast as we can, and like I said, we want you to have it as much as you want to have it, I promise you. And but the industry's definitely dealing with some challenges at the moment that quite honestly all started with COVID. And so let's get some input from our buyers, get some details so y'all can kind of understand what's going on. And also want to let you know too, we do have a warehouse full of furniture. So this is not all doom and gloom, but I just feel like y'all need some explanation and some understanding of what's going on. So, but we do have a warehouse full of furniture, but there's still certain things that are just very difficult to get. These folks are behind the scenes, they're dealing with this daily, and I wanted to sit down with them so that they can maybe give you some insight of what's going on out there that the general public wouldn't normally know about. So Rodney, if you don't mind, give us some scenarios that you've been dealing with, from container ships to ports and trucking and this, that, and the other, because I know you deal with it every day, all day.
Yes, sir.
Let us know, give us your what you've been experiencing.
Well, I think the list of different scenarios in our industry that are affecting or impacting our ability to get goods is a very long and complicated list. But just to give you a few ideas of some of the things that are happening, it all starts from where the goods are manufactured. And I don't know if you all have been to a Home Depot or really anywhere anytime in the recent past looking to buy almost anything. You know that being able to obtain any sort of material is very difficult at this moment in time. So it probably goes back to where the raw goods are not available for our manufacturers to be able to even make the furniture if they're able to get it. There's supply issues with fabrics and foams. There are things that happen on a daily basis. For instance, the Texas snowstorm or ice storm basically wiped out our nation's ability to have foam available to put foam in seating or upholstery or anything else that it's used for. Those factories are just now coming back online. That created a situation where if you were wanting to buy upholstery from a vendor today, I could place an order, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it was last week where a PO was placed, and we were told by the vendor that was not going to be filled until next year, right? So we're 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 8 and 10 and 12 months out for goods ordered today.
Wow.
David, maybe some comments on what the overseas container situation looks like.
And there's a lack of information that we can pass on to you, our consumer, and our sales staff. The information we get is not correct, or it's very fluid. I'm sure that you've heard that word before. And for instance, I have a shipment that has just left Vietnam on a boat to go and be put on a larger container vessel to head to the U.S. And the crew has come down with COVID-19. So that boat will now be quarantined out at sea for the 10 days or 14 days before it can be unloaded. No one was counting on that. We have another shipment that has goods that you may be actually waiting on if you've purchased from us in Savannah, and it's been out in the ocean for 6 days. It has 6 more days before it can get inland to the port. And then I'm being told I have about 2 weeks before I have a truck available to bring it to me. So these are all very fluid situations that we don't even get good dates on until it happens. Apologize if we have let you down, but really we pass on the information as we get it, and we try to digest it the best we can. We also have delays shipping raw materials out of the United States to the places in Brazil and Vietnam, Indonesia, to be made into furniture. Having American oak is quite a sought after resource to make furniture overseas. So we do export out of this country a lot of oak timber to be made into the furniture that we import back into the country and sell. And those exports of that product have also been slowed down, which slows production. And it's just it's a cycle that continues to just feed on itself, and one delay causes 3 more, and then there's 3 more, and so on. So we try to pass on the information we get the best we can. The information is just not accurate that we get. And Gwen, I think upholstery is very difficult.
It's been a challenge. I want to reiterate what David said. We apologize if we've let you down in any kind of way. We are ordering upholstery today that I will not see until November, December. But take heart, because we do have purchase orders in place months ago, and so these items are coming in. But like we've said, we've just experienced delays and delays and delays, and we're sorry that we're having to pass that news on to you. It is a challenge every day. The foam allocation from the Texas storm has really hit the upholstery side pretty hard. And our vendors are where they're used to getting 100% allocation. Some vendors are down to 40% allocation on foam. And our vendors are finding out that they can only work 3 or 4 days during the week, because that's how much work they have to do while the orders are piling up. So bear with us. Like Todd said at the beginning of the video, we have a warehouse full of furniture that we would love to deliver to you today. But the challenges are real, and we just wanted to take this opportunity to sit down and bring it to your attention, and know that we are aware, and we are working behind the scenes on your behalf every day.
Thanks, Gwen. So, yeah, folks, it's, we could probably sit here and go on for a couple hours talking about this and giving scenarios and information, and and I've had a lot of people say, I don't want to hear about COVID and this, that, and the other. But in reality, when COVID hit, and then what would happen is you would have somebody on the production line come down with COVID, and then maybe there might be 6 people that work around them on that same production line, and they would have to be quarantined. So production would go down or stop. Factories would have to shut down in the early stages of all this, when with COVID outbreaks, and it's just snowballed into this delay and these issues that we're dealing with now. They happened, it took about 60, 90 days for it to happen, but it's probably going to be, quite honestly, probably another year before we're able to kind of crawl out of this thing. So, another scenario was a lot of the factories couldn't get workers because they were, quite honestly, making pretty good money sitting at home. So getting those workers back to work, and so that's been a challenge. You may have seen on the national news, there is a shortage of truck drivers, of all things. This has actually been going on before COVID, and then the COVID just makes it even worse. But there's a shortage of truck drivers. These container ships are sitting out in the ocean for days and maybe even weeks at a time, waiting to get into ports to unload. Not enough workers to unload. I heard a rumor the other day, I don't know if it's true or not, that some of the port workers may have gone on strike. Is that true? Has anybody heard?
There have been instances of that.
Yeah,
there sure have.
so you know, there's just so much to it, so many reasons, and we just want to give you some insight on what's going on in the industry. And again, like David was saying earlier, the factories don't have the raw material to produce the products, and lo and behold, you know, the chemical company that's Southern Texas, Louisiana, well, they get this, you know, freeze that hasn't happened in 100 years, and it damages the equipment. They're out of power, and lo and behold, they're just allocating a little bit of this stuff to the people that make foam. So, for example, we have a mattress company that we buy from, and they were only letting us purchase 30 mattresses a week, when in reality we probably could have used 60 or 90 mattresses. So it's just an example of what's going on, y'all. We have an upholstery vendor pre-COVID right out of Tennessee. You could custom order a sofa, change the fabric, change the pillows. We'd have it in your house in 2 weeks. And today, and this is on custom order, y'all. Today, if you were to do that, it's 22, 24 weeks, just to give you an idea. So people were sat at home. They realized they needed new furniture. They didn't go on vacation. They used their money to buy new furniture. So demand is high and production is low. And so, like I said, we appreciate each and every one of you that shop here at Woodstock Outlet. If it wasn't for y'all, we all wouldn't have a job. And we appreciate y'all very much. Everybody's very important to us, and we just want you to know that we are doing our best. They're doing their best on a daily basis to expedite and get us the best information we can get to pass along. But a lot of times that best information, unfortunately, doesn't hold true. So, but thank y'all so much. Thanks for watching the video. Remember, we do have a warehouse full of furniture. There's just certain things we're having a really hard time with. Come see us. We're Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 9 to 6. We're open on Wednesdays for appointments. Thank y'all so much. Hope to see you soon.